Welcome to SK Horror, where nightmares take form. Tonight's tale follows Ethan Miller, who inherits a haunted house in Hollow Creek, Pennsylvania. As he unravels the eerie past of Silverpine House, Ethan learns that the whispers he hears are not hallucinations. They're warnings, or worse, invitations. Ghosts, spirits, and a house with a dark memory. When Ethan Miller moves into a long-abandoned Victorian mansion deep in the Pennsylvania woods, he starts hearing whispers, not just eerie sounds, but voices calling his name. The town of Hollow Creek has long buried the dark truth behind Silverpine House, but some secrets won't stay silent forever. Ethan Miller hadn't set foot in Hollow Creek since he was a child. Now in his early 30s, the software engineer from Philadelphia never imagined he'd be returning, especially not to claim an inheritance. A distant relative, Uncle Raymond, whom he barely remembered, had passed away and left him the entirety of his estate. That estate turned out to be a towering, decaying Victorian mansion known as Silverpine House, nestled deep within the forest edge of Hollow Creek. The house had been empty for over 20 years. Locals whispered about the place. Cursed, they said. But Ethan dismissed such talk. He saw it as an opportunity, a chance to renovate and sell the property, or perhaps even escape city life for good. But from the moment he inserted the ancient brass key into the lock, something felt wrong. The air was colder inside than outside, the shadows lingered too long, and somewhere, faint, almost imperceptible, he thought he heard his name. Ethan. He froze. Then he laughed it off, just his imagination. He was wrong. Dead wrong. The first few nights were uneventful. Ethan cleaned, unpacked, and explored. But on the fourth night, the whispers returned. Unmistakable this time. They came from the walls, the ceilings, and most disturbingly, from beneath the floorboards. Ethan! Don't forget! He's still here! The attic! The attic! Ethan thought it might be the wind or maybe rats, but when he pulled up the floorboards in the hallway and found nothing but old blood-stained wood, he realized something was wrong. That night, his dreams were filled with images of a man hanging from a wooden beam, his mouth stitched shut, his eyes wide open, whispering without sound. Ethan awoke in cold sweat, and the attic door creaked open by itself. The attic was filled with dust-covered furniture, old trunks, and forgotten relics of a time long gone. But what drew Ethan's attention was a room at the far end, hidden behind a cracked wall panel. Inside was a single oil painting, massive, regal, and eerie. It depicted a family of 4, a man, woman, and 2 daughters. The man in the painting bore an unsettling resemblance to Ethan himself. Beneath it, a brass plaque read, "The Hollow Family, 1894. As Ethan stared, the whispering returned, louder now. "You are him. Finish what was started." Suddenly, the air turned icy. The candles flickered, and in the reflection of the cracked window pane, Ethan saw a shadow standing behind him. But when he turned, no one was there. Determined to make sense of everything, Ethan began searching through Uncle Raymond's belongings. Hidden in a false drawer beneath the bedroom floorboards, he found a leather-bound journal. It belonged to Jonathan Hollow, the man in the portrait. The journal chronicled horrifying entries. 1892, they whisper at night. The voices, they promise things. 1893, Margaret is gone. They took her. The walls, they moved. 1894, I am cursed. I must silence the house forever. The final entry read, "He who hears the whispers becomes the whisperer." Ethan's hands trembled. Suddenly, he understood.
Uncle Raymond hadn't died naturally. He had been the last to hear the whispers. Now it was Ethan's turn. At midnight, following the journal's clues, Ethan descended into the basement. The air grew thick and foul. Mold climbed the stone walls. The whispers were deafening now. A circle had been etched into the floor, old symbols surrounding a pit. Inside the pit, bones, hair, and a broken music box still playing a warped lullaby. Suddenly, the walls began to bleed. A dark figure crawled from the shadows, tall, with stitched lips, hollow eyes, and its hand outstretched. The Whisperer. You are hollow. You are the air. Speak the vow or join the silence. Ethan fled, but the house wouldn't let him.
Each night, Ethan felt the presence take stronger hold. He began speaking in his sleep. He awoke in different parts of the house. He carved symbols into the walls he didn't recognize. The Whisperer had chosen him. The bloodline was real. He was a descendant of Jonathan Hollow, and the curse lived in his veins. The townsfolk of Hollow Creek watched as lights flickered in the mansion nightly. Some said they saw figures in the windows, whispering. One morning, Ethan found his own voice hoarse, as if he'd been whispering all night. He stared at his reflection in the mirror, and it whispered back. It whispered back. It whispered back. Chapter 7: The Final Whisper. Ethan knew the house would never let him go unless he sealed the curse. Using the journal, he completed the ritual Jonathan Hollow had failed. At exactly 3:33 a.m., he lit the candles, spilled his blood into the sigil, and chanted the vow. Silence be returned, whispers be undone. I seal thee, cursed tongue. The house screamed. A windstorm erupted inside. The walls cracked. The painting in the attic burned with blue fire. The Whisperer appeared one last time, screeching, reaching, and then vanished in smoke. When morning came, the house was quiet. For the first time. Ethan left Silverpine House forever. He never looked back. But some nights, as he sleeps, he still hears his name faintly, whispered, ending. The Whisperer is gone, or so Ethan thinks, but the house remembers. Silverpine waits patiently for its next blood heir. Will you be the one who hears the whispers next? If you enjoyed this terrifying journey through the Whisperer of Silverpine House, then don't forget to like the video, comment your favorite part or theory, share this with fellow horror lovers, subscribe to SK Horror for more dark, chilling tales every week. And remember, the whispers may stop, but the nightmares live on. Thanks for watching SK Horror, where every shadow hides a secret. Stay scared and stay tuned.